Hello and welcome, my dear students. Today we're going to talk about predictions for future. Will technology take over the world? When you hear the word technology, what comes to your mind? Smartphones, cars, planes. What else? Artificial intelligence. That's right. So technology is now playing a great role in our life. But do you think that this role in the future will be bigger? Let's see. Will technology take over the world? Let's look first at these pictures and try to make a connection about these pictures with the title. What do you think here? What does this picture show? It shows the human brain, but inside this brain now you can see that things are done differently. We use our brain, it's the sign for intelligence in the human being. And now in machines as well, there is something called artificial intelligence. So machines are becoming smart or intelligent. What does that mean? It means that they can do things like the human does as if they are real. Look at here. Is this a real hand? No, it isn't. But nowadays we can have artificial limbs which can be like the ordinary ones or the natural ones. This is because of what? This is because of technology. So technology is now in medicine, in education, in entertainment, everywhere. So you can tell that in this lesson we are going to talk first to read silently different types of reading materials for specific purposes. Then we're going to make predictions about the future by using be going to and will. So these are the two heroes for today's lesson. Remember, be going to and will. Then you are going to write a short story making predictions related to what will happen. So today we're going to talk about future. How did we know? From the title we have the word will, and will is used for future. In which context, in which concept we are going to talk about? In the concept of technology. And why is that? Because now technology is everywhere. Okay. Let's start our lesson. Now the essential question in this lesson is, are computers going to rule our world? If technology will continue to do its role in our life, are we going to come to a day when computers are the controllers and they can do everywhere for us? Look at here, this is the world. It became like a small village. What happens in the far east, we can know in the far east, we can tell or know it at the same time from the far west. This is because of how machines are working today using artificial intelligence. Things are happening very quickly. So what the future may look like with artificial intelligence or with technology? Do you think, for me, I don't think that computers are going to rule our world, because humans are the inventors of these computers, so they can still be having the upper hand in it, but we don't know because things are happening very quickly. These are the key words that we are going to be introduced for today. I'm going to show you pictures in order to make the meaning for you clearer. We have prediction, detective, in the future, and professional. Look at the first picture. Prediction. So we are talking about the future. Can we guarantee that tomorrow things that we are going to do are going to happen? No, we are not, because the future is still not there. It doesn't come yet. So the future for us is not 100% true or the way we think it will be. So whenever we want to make prediction, we are talking about future, whether it was near future or far away future. The second word is detective, and here this detective is trying to find something. He's trying to find an evidence to show if something is true or not. So a detective is a person who tries to figure out or discover the true thing. Okay. In the future, notice that we don't know what will happen, but we must have hope in the future and think that tomorrow is a new day and it's a better one. And the last picture is professional. And if you are professional, you can do things from A to Z perfectly. Okay. Why did we have these words? Because now we're going to read a text in order to know what the people in the text are predicting for the future. Let's see the text together. Read the text and then answer the following questions. What will you be in the future? What is this? This is the title of the text. What do you expect to read if we have this title? What will you be in the future? Excellent. It could be about your future job. What are your ambitions, your dreams? Let's see if that is correct. Okay. This is the text. Let's start reading together. Do you remember what career you dreamed of having when you were a child? Some of us wanted to be superheroes, but we have quickly realized that those jobs don't actually exist. However, if you ask children, what will you be in the future? Very often, children tend to be realistic in their choices. So in the past, when we asked children what will they be in the future, they used to talk about superheroes like Superman, Batman. But nowadays, children are more realistic. They realized, they understood that these jobs are not real. So now they started talking about real jobs and real choices. Let's see the children in our text. What will they be in the future? Suha, I will be a teacher. Notice the use of will. I will be a teacher when I grow up. I usually enjoy school and I really admire my teachers who are organized and possess important skills like communication. So why does Suha think of becoming a teacher? Because she thinks that teachers have qualities of being organized and they can communicate easily. Let's see, what about Adnan? I will be a professional athlete so that I can play my favorite sport and get paid for it. Becoming a professional athlete takes a lot of work. I will practice for hours a day with teammates and trainers and work regularly with strength trainers and nutritionists. So Adnan, as a boy, he is interested in sports and he wants to be a professional athlete. What's an athlete? It's a person who plays or practices a game or a sport. And why does he want to be like that? Why does he want to be an athlete? Because he thinks that he will be paid well for this job or this career. What about Mazen? Mazen says, I often read books and watch shows about detectives and spies. What's a spy? Yes, it's a person who goes to groups of people and see what they are doing without being noticed. So he read a lot about detectives and spies who solve mysteries. I will be a detective when I grow up, like Alfred Hitchcock, for example. Detectives and criminal investigators collect evidence and solve crimes. So here he is more of being a policeman maybe or a detective in order to figure out crimes. What about Sahir? I have always dreamed of being able to fly. I will be a pilot when I grow up. I will fly airplanes and helicopters. So far we have Suha will be a teacher, Adnan will be an athlete, Mazen a detective, and Sahir a pilot. What about you? What will you be in the future? Let's continue. What will Suha, Adnan, Mazen and Sahir be in the future respectively? Suha will be a teacher. Adnan will be a professional athlete. Mazen will be a detective, and Sahir will be a pilot. Will, and will. Why did we use will in these sentences? Because they are predicting what will they be in the future. Are they sure? No, but they think they will be like that. Why will Mazen be a detective when he grows up? Why is that? Because he wants to figure out crimes, excellent, and find evidence, because he often read books and watch shows about detectives and spies who solve mysteries, things that are not clear. What is your dream future job and why? What is your dream future job? Each one, I want you to answer this question and give a reason. Why do you want to be so? Okay. So, in this text passage, we've talked about the use of will and going to, in order to talk about predictions. Predictions is talking about things that we think will happen in the future. So, when we talk about the future, we can use to be, going to, plus infinitive, when we make a prediction based on an evidence. What does that mean? Based on an evidence, it means that we have something in the present that makes us predict what is going to happen, maybe 90% sure. Why? Because there is an evidence. For example, if the sky is so cloudy, dark clouds, you say it is going to rain. Why? Because the evidence tells you that dark clouds mean there's going to be rain. Does that have to happen? No, because the future, we don't know whether it's going to happen or not, but when we talk about it, we can predict either 90% or more, or 10%. If we are sure, we use going to. So, if our prediction is based on an evidence, this means that something now in the present tells us what is going to happen in the future. Look at this example. First, this is the form. What do we mean by form? The structure of the sentence. When we use going to, we have to use to be. To be in the present means what? Is, are, and am, plus going to, plus infinitive. And what does that mean? It means a prediction based on evidence we have now. What do we mean by now? In the present. So the evidence is now, the prediction is in the future, but we are sure somehow that it is going to happen. This is why we use going to plus infinitive. What about these examples? Here, look at the clouds. Look at the clouds. They are dark. So I'm going to make a prediction. Did I use will here? No, I used be going to. Since we have it takes is. So it's going to rain. Look at this woman. She has a big belly. So she is going to have a baby. Excellent, sorry. Let's see it again. My aunt is going to have a baby. So when I look at her, it shows that she's pregnant. So I make a prediction that she is going to have a baby. Okay. What about will? We use will plus infinitive when we make a prediction which is not based on an evidence. It's only a guess, or an opinion of ours. So I would say, I think Amal will be a doctor in the future. This is just my opinion or my guess. Maybe she doesn't want to be that, but this is my guess or prediction. Do I have an evidence? No. So things that we think will happen, we use will. Look at the form. Will plus infinitive means what? Means a prediction which is only a guess or an opinion of ours. And usually we use the expression I think it will rain. I hope I will pass. I am only making or talking about my opinion or just making a guess. Okay. Look at this example. I think it will rain tonight. Do I have evidence? No, I'm just making a prediction. I am sure he'll be a successful lawyer one day. This is my opinion. Okay, let's hear together this video talking about the use of will and the use of going to.
We use will to show what we think may happen in the future. It's just our prediction. For example, Bill will be very smart after he graduates from college. Why do we think so? Because he's studying so hard. So we predict that he will be very smart sometime in the future, after he graduates from college. Lisa's father will not buy her another car. She's broken this one, and her father doesn't look too happy about it. So we think he will not buy her another car. It's our future prediction. But with going to, we show what we think will definitely happen very, very soon, because it's so obvious. For example, Mike is going to stay at the hospital for a while. Why do we think so? Because it's so obvious that he needs to stay here. Oh, look at him. He needs extra care. He's unable to walk or do anything on his own. So we don't just think he will maybe stay at the hospital for some time. We know for sure he will. That's why we use going to. He is going to stay at the hospital for a while. By the way, for a while means for some time. I think Jeff is going to lose this fight. This one is Jeff. We don't just think that maybe he will lose. We know for sure that it's going to happen. He doesn't stand a chance against this guy. It's very obvious that Jeff is going to lose this fight. So, first difference. We use will just when we talk about what we think can happen in the future. And going to when we know for sure that something is going to happen very, very soon.
Okay, so the difference is will, we just think what will happen. With going to, we are pretty sure because we have an evidence. That's right. Okay.
For our plans or intentions, we use going to, not will. For example, dude, why are you so happy? Because I'm going to go to Hawaii tomorrow. Woohoo! He's telling his plan. He is planning to go to Hawaii. Or he is going to go to Hawaii. Another example. Mary is going to have a big party tonight. She is planning to have a big party tonight. That's why she's grocery shopping right now. She is going to have a big party tonight. Going to equals planning to. So let's sum it up. We use will when we talk about what we think may happen sometime in the future and when we make a sudden decision. And we use going to when we know that something will definitely happen in the near future or when we talk about our plans.
Okay, so predictions without evidence. Will, prediction with evidence, going to. When we talk about plans, our plans in the near future that we have arranged in advance, we also use going to. So I think now you can read these sentences and put going to or will to complete the dialogue. We have Hadi and Nabil talking together about their plans, arrangements, predictions, or else you need to decide whether it's based on an evidence or not and use the correct form of going to or will. So I want you to do this as a homework. So let's do now a writing exercise. I want you to read each story, choose one of them. We have 2 stories. You can choose one of them to write about what do you think will happen next. So here you are going to use will. Kareem was outside. The wind began to blow. Dark clouds drifted in. Lightning cracked and thunder roared. So there was a storm. We have clouds, we have lightning and thunder. What do you think will happen? I need you to complete this story using going to or will according whether you have an evidence or not. The next story. My sister decided to bake some cake. She put the cake in the oven and went outside. She talked with her friend for a long time. She forgot all about the cake. Always we do this. We put something in the oven and forget about it. What do you think will happen? Do we have an evidence here that something is going to happen? Yes, because she forgot. Some of you would say maybe she would have remembered, or maybe she will remember after a while and then go and check the cake. You are free to complete the story the way you want. But remember, if you want to use going to, you can do that because you have an evidence. Okay. With this, we come to an end to our lesson for today, which was talking about predictions in the future. I hope that your future will be as nice as you. Goodbye.